What's up? How is everybody doing, man? How are all you guys doing? Hit that like button for me, man. Share the video. Share the video. Hit the like. We are in the building. We are in the building. What's up, Joe Curry? Everyone's all right. I hope everybody's all right.
Other Louisville family, the wait for a ride to school became a scene of gun violence. 2 days after a Valley High School student was shot at her bus stop, she remains in the hospital. The attack is reopening deep wounds across the community. Only on WLKY, DeAndrea Turner examines the troubling pattern and the grief connecting those left behind.
Our city is at war.
It's been 2,789.
No, the blacks in your city are at war. The blacks in your city are at war. Let's stop this like everybody's doing it. It's the blacks in the city. You know that. Y'all gotta stop doing that shit, man. Niggas are at war. Niggas are at war. Today's gonna be a very informative show for you guys, man. We're gonna drop it like it's hot. In the building. You said I'm your favorite tether in the YouTube space. I'm not a tether, man. I'm not a tether. I'm not a tether, man. I'm a African, man. I'm not a tether, I'm a African. I'm a African American. I ain't no tether, man. I grew up I grew up around all African Americans, man. I'm not a tether. I'm a African American, half African, half African American.
Days since Nicole Cowherd last saw her son, 18-year-old Richard Harper. But when she heard a Valley High School student had been shot at a bus stop on Beach Street Tuesday, she says time collapsed, taking her back to January 2019 when Richard was shot and killed waiting for his bus to go to Valley High School.
My heart just kept thinking about the mom.
Nicole says a friend shot her son over a girl.
My son wasn't at the wrong place at the wrong time, and her child was not at the wrong place at the wrong time. If you cannot stand on a bus stop to go get an education, if that's not safe, then where can you be?
Since 2019, there have been 6 bus stop shootings in Louisville. Last August, Rhodesia Williams was gunned down while walking her daughter to a bus stop near West Chestnut and 11th Street. Days earlier, shots had been fired at the same stop, sending children running for cover.
It's just so sad for it to be on her heart like that. She misses her mother, and I miss my granddaughter.
While Rhodesia's family is still waiting for justice, on Wednesday, one of the 2 men convicted of killing 16-year-old Tyree Smith at his bus stop in September 2021 was sentenced to 60 years in prison.
I hate to think 60 years. God damn, nigga. 60 years for this nigga. For shooting a kid at the bus stop. And y'all want to cry about Carmelo, man. This fool got 60 years, man.
Of killing 16-year-old Tyree Smith at his bus stop in September 2021 was sentenced to 60 years in prison.
Look, the sister said this dude to 60. Sister gave him 60. Eee.
I hate that they threw their life away, but I do think accountability needs to be taken.
Tyree and Richard's mothers are friends, their grief shared, bonded by the extraordinary parallels and by the kind of loss that never really leaves.
And no, I'm not okay. My My food don't taste the same no more. The sun don't shine the same. Every day without my child is not the same.
As Nicole still learns how to live without her son, she is praying the story does not end the same way for the family of the girl shot on Tuesday.
My message to the mom is to hold on to God. He's the only one that's going to get her through this.
Deandria Turner, WLKY News.
Well, tonight, a Valley High School student is in critical condition after she was shot at the school bus stop.
This happened around 8 o'clock this morning on Beach Street in the Park DeBall neighborhood, not far from Algonquin Park. We have live team coverage for you tonight.
We start with Deandria Turner live at the hospital. And Deandria, neighbors say what happened has left them heartbroken and angry, right?
That's really an understatement, Rick. I can't even put into words how these neighbors were feeling today, especially because there is a video out there that we have seen, but we chose not to show today because it's so heartbreaking, where one of the neighbors, they saw the little girl. She was in the road fighting for her life. Her friend was screaming in agony. And the person who shot this video, they said that they saw a group of kids come up to her, shoot her, look at her, laugh, and then run off. So this is the type of scenario that keeps playing in these neighbors' heads and in the kids' heads.
Yo. Carmela was one of them. Press 1. Carmela was one of them. Carmela ain't no different than none of these other kids out here, man, shooting up shit. They tried to make that boy Carmelo seem like he was different. No, he's the same as all these little motherfuckers. Press 1.
That saw that today, and this is what they're having to deal with as this young lady is in the hospital continuing to fight for her life.
A child has been shot. A tragic incident has occurred within our city.
Every school morning begins with the same promise that a child leaves home and hopefully makes it safely to school. But on Tuesday morning, that promise was broken on Beach Street when a teenage girl was shot near a JCPS bus stop.
Oh, it's heartbreaking. I don't understand how we got here.
Neighbors say they heard 5 gunshots and then came the running.
Before I could get to where that area was, 2 young females were running in the middle of the street screaming. And then when they got in front of my house, one of them noticed the other one had been shot and said, "Oh my God, you've been shot." And when she realized she'd been shot, she dropped.
Police have not said whether the girl was targeted, but neighbors say differently. And also for those who call this neighborhood home, they say the distinction can feel meaningless.
It's sad that the youth now, no matter how hard they try, they can't escape it because there's so much foolishness around. There's no safe spot, no safe place.
For them,
there's no safe space. Because everybody want to be a gangster. Everybody wants to be a gangster.
Around, there's no safe spot, no safe place.
For them, not on the walk to school, not at the bus stop, not in the middle of a neighborhood waking up. And now the mayor says Louisville has reached another breaking point.
This is the time when we once again need to come together and say this is simply not acceptable in Louisville, Kentucky. We are tired of this. We are frustrated by this. This is not who we are. It must stop.
And you all, just a few minutes ago, we did see Dr. Yearwood and the JCPS police chief walk inside of the hospital. If you have any information about this case, you were encouraged to call the LMPD anonymous tip line. For now, in downtown, Deandria Turner, WLKY News.
Let me show y'all something, man. This is going to blow y'all mind. This right here is going to blow your fucking mind.
This is Chopati from.
So in America, you have about 203.3 million white Americans, and you have about 45.4 Black Americans. From 2014 to 2023, white Americans killed 5,087 people. And black Americans killed 12,726 people. That's a difference of 7,639 people, 150% difference. Per 100,000, that brings the body count to 31 to 3 by way of black Americans. Meaning if our population was the same, black Americans would kill 63,250 people to white Americans 5,087 people. So in America, you have about 203.
Only problem with this is he got it wrong because niggas kill 12,000 every year. Niggas kill 12,000 every year, but these are the FBI stats. The FBI stats are always very low.
0.3 million white Americans. And you have about 45.4 black Americans. From 2014 to 2023, white Americans killed 5.
There's no way white Americans could kill 5,000 in 10 years. That would be 500 a year. That would be 500 a year. White Americans kill about 5,000 every year. But the gist of it, even though he got his stats wrong, I mean, the FBI, I think the FBI only does cases that are like, only counts cases where there's a conviction at the time. And these cases got cycled through the system. But there are about 12 to 14,000 murders in Black America every year. And about, 5,000 in white America every year. It's not a little less. But anyway, the gist of it is this one right here. This thing.
1,087 people. And black Americans killed 12,726 people. That's a difference of 7,639 people, 150% difference. Per 100,000, that brings the...
Yeah, so basically for every 31 people, black people kill, white people kill. 3. So we kill 10 times as many people as white people. That's basically the point of that. We kill 10 times as many as white folk. 10 times. And we're less of the population. And the kids are doing a lot of it. The teenagers are doing a lot of it. We got a murder death culture, man. And we got a murder death brain. That frontal lobe, man. Can't get over that, man. That frontal lobe missing, man. Without that frontal lobe, man, you in deep shit, man. You in deep shit without that frontal lobe. No frontal lobe, man. You're in trouble.
All right, thanks, DeAndrea. Now, city leaders were at the bus stop this afternoon to welcome kids back from school and comfort them.
Norman Seawright was there this afternoon. Norman, what was that like?
Well, Jennifer, a few parents were in and out quickly to pick up their children after school from the bus stop here. But as you mentioned, city leaders did show up to at least try to provide a sense of comfort. Among them, we did have LMPD officers. We had Mayor Craig Greenberg. We had Metro Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins. The Office of Violence Prevention was out here, all talking with students as they got home from school. Hawkins says while it is good that they can be here to support the kids, she says more preventative measures need to be the focus from both government and community.
You know, the times now are different. These kids are in survival mode by any means necessary. And if you've never had a survival mode or those lived experiences, you wouldn't even imagine the type of mindset that some of our youth are in nowadays. We definitely need JCYC back open. Now you get more time, for selling drugs than you do killing somebody.
And Hawkins did drive the point home that she does not feel like it's safe for anyone at these bus stops, especially if they're kids waiting to go to school. And she says if you're an adult, a parent, a guardian, try to wait with them. And she says herself, if no one else will.
Why? So you can get shot too? These little motherfuckers ain't going like, oh, they're going adult, don't shoot. These motherfuckers don't think like that. Come on, man.
Do it. She'll be out here tomorrow morning. Live, Norman Seawright, WLKY News.
We had school shootings, shootings at bus stops, stabbings at schools.
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for a Tampa rapper accused of murdering his pregnant girlfriend. Opening statements got underway today in the trial of Billy Adams. He's charged with luring 22-year-old Alana Sims to her death.
He killed another nigga too. I remember this story. I remember we did this story. This is a cold-blooded assassin. This dude was a murderer. He killed the dude, another dude before he killed his girlfriend. He's totally fucked.
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for a Tampa rapper accused of murdering his pregnant girlfriend. Opening statements got underway today in the trial of Billy Adams. He's charged with luring 22-year-old Alana Sims to her death back in 2023. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is live in the newsroom. So, Kylie, prosecutors say that the timeline in this case is chilling.
Yeah, Linda, investigators say Billy Adams, who was 25 at the time of this, killed his girlfriend 3 days after he was acquitted of a different double murder. Prosecutors say part of the reason...
Yeah. Oh, he beat the double murder. Yeah. This nigga, like, think about the regret he having. He beat a double murder, got out and killed his girlfriend. Just think about that. Beat a double murder, get out, and 3 days later kill your girlfriend. Salute to Deluxe 247, a.k.a. Cal Ripken, a.k.a. the real MVP. Coming through once again. Looking for 10 people to sponsor the show tonight. Salute to you guys, man. Get on over to Ock Nation News. You got anything to tell me, man? Anything you want to on the show? Drop it in the Ock Nation community. Drop it in the Ock Nation community. The Ock Nation community is here for you. Holy smokes. I see that TSM. I'm gonna do that next. I'm gonna do this one TSM, just put in the goddamn fucking A, man. Holy shit. Yeah, if you want me to see anything, just make sure you drop it in the Ock Nation News, in the Ock Nation community, man. It's very simple. You just like any other social media sites, man. Just drop it on in there in the chat. Yeah, this dude right here. This dude is cold right here. This dude right here, he murked two dudes at the studio. I mean, murked them, like assassinated them. Beat it, because you know how it is, man. These niggas be beating a lot of shit. These niggas, the court system is not racist. These niggas got just as fair chance as anybody else. They just kill more. They commit more crimes, so it seems like more of them get locked up. But they beat cases at the same frequency as everybody else beats cases. This motherfucker is an assassin. He's cold as ice.
Prosecutors are seeking the death penalty for a Tampa rapper accused of murdering his pregnant girlfriend. Opening statements got underway today in the trial of Billy Adams. He's charged with luring 22-year-old Alana Sims to her death back in 2023. Fox 13's Kylie Jones is live in the newsroom. So, Kylie, prosecutors say that the timeline in this case is chilling.
Yeah, Linda, investigators say Billy Adams, who was 25 at the time of this, killed his girlfriend 3 days after he was acquitted of a different double murder. Prosecutors say part of the reason was because she was one of multiple girlfriends. Now, according to the state, back in January of 2023, Adams lured his girlfriend, Elena Sims, to a secluded area in the Easton Park neighborhood of New Tampa. Sims was 5 months pregnant at the time, and prosecutors argue Adams believed Sims was pregnant with his child. Now, it was later determined that Adams wasn't the father. Investigators say Adams gave Sims vague directions to an unfinished part of the neighborhood. They say Sims was shot in the back of the head from about 3 feet away. Today in court, prosecutors pulled out texts between Adams and his other alleged girlfriend, who was supposedly his main girlfriend. They claim Adams was planning to get rid of Sims. Now, after he was arrested, the prosecution argues that Adams wrote several letters to women from jail telling them what to say. Those letters, though, were intercepted by law enforcement.
You're going to hear from all of the witnesses that will show that the defendant's alibi crumbles. The defendant admitted he shot Miss Sims on January 30th. He admitted he knew she was pregnant. He admitted he killed both of them. He attempts to craft this alibi to get out from underneath all of it.
Now, the defense gave a much briefer opening argument this morning. Adams' defense right there told the jury to focus on the witness testimony they're expected to hear.
Consider how the witnesses know what they claim to know, whether their accounts are consistent, whether their memories are reliable, and whether any interest, bias, or motive may affect what you hear.
Now, testimony continued through the afternoon today. The jury heard from a number of different detectives, and the trial is expected to continue tomorrow, guys. Again, Adams is facing the death penalty here if he is convicted.
All right, Kylie Jones with a lot of information for us. Kylie, thank you.
Jesus Christ. Another rapper either on trial for murder or getting murdered. How many rappers on trial for murder right now? You got Dirk, you got Breezy, Yellow Beezy, you got this guy. You got like 3 rappers that we know of on trial for murder as we speak.
I need you to understand there are no words strong enough to explain what it feels like to lose a child to someone I welcomed into my home, who slept in my home and ate with my children. Your Honor, he deserves no second chances at life on these streets.
A mother's raw emotion begging for justice in the murder of her son.
One of the men found guilty of this horrific crime, finding out his sentence today.
Well, the suspects in the case accused of chasing that young man all over the city of Painesville until they cornered him in his car and opened fire. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tiffany Tucker.
We're also streaming on 19 News Plus. I'm Brian Duffy. Our Harry Boomer was inside the courtroom when the judge handed down that sentence.
That's right. I've seen and covered many murder trials and killings, and this is one of the toughest I've had to cover. The judge in this case of the shooting here of a 20-year-old man cornered and ambushed, as you said, it said that they turned downtown Painesville into the wild, wild west. He handed down a very stiff sentence to make sure that one of those convicted will never walk the streets again.
The thing about these stiff sentences, though, I'm kind of torn about these stiff sentences. Not that they shouldn't give them out, but their effectiveness at deterring crime. It feels like it doesn't have any effect on future crime. I feel like niggas are just new criminals. Niggas just pop up and they do the same thing. It seems like the only effective thing it does is remove this nigga from committing more crime, which is great. But it doesn't serve as a deterrent for other niggas. Niggas are just like lemmings, just falling off a cliff.
I stand here with a pain that no mother should ever have to carry. I am here because my son's life was taken from everyone who loved him.
Tiffany Phillips was joined in a Lake County courtroom with a group of heartbroken people, family and friends of 20-year-old William Shaffey, murdered last year. He was found dead in the driver's seat of his vehicle in the intersection of North State Street and Rockwood Drive around 8 p.m. June 7th, 2025. According to Painesville police, Shafi was cornered and ambushed by a group of people he had known for years.
I treated him like one of my own children, which makes this pain so unbearable. William was full of life. He had a life that people could see.
Today, Xavier Jackson was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole of 71 years. He was found guilty on 19 charges, including aggravated murder, kidnapping.
The possibility of parole in 71 years. Yo, these niggas, man. Yo, and listen, being about that life, man. God damn. Is allowing murderers to live is no justice? I mean,
Paroles in the murder.
The saddest thing in life is wasted talent. That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at wasted talent.
Again, Xavier Jackson was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 71 years. One lost life, others destroyed. A circle of family and friends forever broken because of a senseless act of ambush murder. Xavier Jackson will spend that time in the Lorraine Correctional Institution. In Painesville, I'm Harry Boom.
Still trying to process no longer having her teenage son after he was murdered at an unregistered.
Look at how many niggas get killed every fucking day, man. Look how many niggas get sentenced every day. And we worried about Carmelo. We worried about Nolan Wells. A murderer and a kid who drowned. Black folk have the strangest cope. Like, I mean, not even the straight. They have, it is kind of effective, though. Hey, everybody, look at Nolan Wells. Hey, everybody, look at Carmelo Anthony. Meanwhile, all these other niggas are getting killed or getting sentenced to 71 years. We already had a kid earlier in the show. He was sentenced to 60 years. A life sentence is better than getting sentenced to 70 years. Because a life sentence is 25 years and then you start going up for parole. When the judge gives you 70 or 60, that means they're trying to make sure you never come home. Because a life sentence, you're gonna do that. You knock down that first 25, and you eligible to parole. Damn. And the stories keep coming and keep coming. Black America's gone absolutely insane. Hit the like button, man. Support the channel. Share the video. Looking for 10 people to sponsor the show tonight. Here's your chance to help us spread awareness, man. We spreading awareness about it's not just Carmelo, man. It's not just the viral story that all the pro-blacks want to talk about on Facebook. It's all these other niggas, all these other murderous niggas running around killing everybody and being fucking degenerate menaces to society, lowering the property value, making people not even want to come outside.
Registered Airbnb. Thanks for joining us here tonight on 19, and we're streaming on 19 News Plus. I'm Chris Fry. The accused killer now being held on a $500,000 bond. She shared her frustration and desperate plea for answers with our Vasi Prokos.
It's been terrible. It's been a nightmare. It was just before 3 a.m. on Sunday, August 16th. Lorain police were called to a Washington Avenue rental home. Inside, 17-year-old Silas Henry III and 18-year-old Mark Taylor lay dying of gunshot wounds.
He just had got off work. He was riding with a friend, and from what I'm told, my baby didn't even have anything to do with this situation.
Silas's mother, Ariane Aljalou, called him Papa. He was her oldest, her only boy, and her best friend. He went to night school so he could work, helped care for his grandmother, and was set to graduate with honors this year.
He was just sweet. My baby was so gentle. Like, he didn't bother nobody.
While police arrested 19-year-old Alexander Gibbons, Ariane says her nightmare is far from over. She claims the coroner told her Silas was shot with different types of bullets, proving Gibbons wasn't acting alone.
The coroner told me that my baby was shot with multiple bullets, like different bullets. So I know for a fact there was another shooter. I don't understand why there's one person in custody. Why is there not anybody else in custody?
Ariane remembers the terror of that night, frantically pleading with officers for information while holding on to the final words she would ever hear Silas speak.
I drove there as fast as I can to get to my baby. And luckily I got there in enough time to hear my baby's last words, Mom. He just went silent. And he was on that ground for at least 20, 30 minutes before they told me anything. I had to run around the house to see my baby with a sheet over him.
Confronted with the reality of a future without her only son, she is begging for an end to the senseless violence.
Like, these young boys definitely need to put the guns down. Like, it's not solving anything. I definitely wish they would put these guns down. Like, my baby is gone. Like, it's still surreal to me.
For Ariane, getting justice for her son now means getting answers, and she is urging anyone that was at the party to break their silence and speak up. For Alexander Gibbons, he now faces 2 counts of murder, with his future now resting in the hands of a county grand jury. In Lorain, Fossey Prokos, 19 News.
Jesus.
Sex change surgeries behind bars paid for by taxpayers. New shocking details behind what's really going on at Minnesota prisons as mainstream media stays silent. Next. Rebecca Warmbo is my guest. Rebecca, thank you for being here.
Yep, thank you.
You know, you're a former inmate at what is supposed to be Minnesota's only female prison in Shakopee, where you spent more than a decade in and out of prison on drug and robbery charges. But you have been out for a while now, and you've been helping with prison ministry really ever since your release. You're in regular contact, I know, with several women who are still in prison there. Absolutely unbelievable, I'll be honest, the stories you've been sharing as of late. We've reported on staff resignations, safety concerns, inmate trauma, all related to these radical trans policies in place in Minnesota's prison system. But just to be clear, you joined us, it was last summer now, to basically sound the alarm on all of this. It sounds like it's only getting worse. We have Bradley Servio, a convicted murderer who beat a man to death with a hammer. He has now received so-called bottom surgery. And yes, this is his mugshot with the wig and all. What can you tell us, though, about what the women there at Shakopee are telling you about all of this? And I know you also have been in touch and have a few lines to read from an inmate as well.
Well, I know first it's shocking just that it's even continuing, that they're doing this as they're doing this, that, you know, these men are being rushed in to get this bottom surgery suddenly, when normally to get this process taken, it takes years to do, but suddenly now they're approved to do it. But I got a message, an email from a girl in there who told me that that Bradley's gotten his, she calls it a dick pussy or dick vagina, that he's gotten this done. And as soon as he got it done, he came out and started showing it off to everybody. So he's exposing himself to the women in there, and ended up going to segregation for it. So he's currently in segregation now because he was showing it off so much. And they don't feel safe. Obviously, how can you feel safe when you have some man that's showing off parts that are now, deformed and cut off. And she said it cost $1 million to do it. And that the reason why they're doing this is because they're afraid that when these new laws go into effect and stuff, that they're going to get sent back to men's prison. So they're doing this so that they can guarantee that they can stay in women's prison.
You know, we did reach out to the Department of Corrections.
Yo. White people, man. That's an L for white people. Press 1. This is an L for white people. Let's go, man.
Minnesota men pleaded guilty to charges in connection with a deadly shooting in Snellville. Prosecutors say the two were part of a gang and came to Gwinnett County as paid hitmen.
Atlanta News 1st Adam Murphy is live on Summit.
These niggas came to Gwinnett County as paid hitmen.
View Court in Snellville, where the deadly shooting happened 4 years ago. Adam, you've got the exclusive update on what helped crack that case.
Tracy, the district attorney's office told me that it was a license plate reader just outside this Snellville neighborhood that tracked down the suspect's vehicle in California and ultimately brought them to justice.
You can see the vehicle trying to leave after the mayhem that took place.
2 shot, 1 dead in broad daylight on Summit View Court in Snellville. The date was January 7th, 2022. A criminal case handled by the A-team of the Gwinnett County District Attorney's Office.
It's as if we put a dream team together.
Prosecutors say a pair of Minnesota gunmen with the Somalian Outlaws gang traveled to Snellville as paid hitmen to take out members of a rival gang. Abdul Rahman Haji Sufi and Salih Abdi pleaded guilty to the shooting that killed one and seriously injured another.
We can say that we honestly don't know specifically what the motive was, so I hesitate to say that it was a gang-related motive. There was, for example, 50 pounds of marijuana in a duffel bag that was involved with the victims in this case.
Investigators gathered surveillance video from the scene in an attempt to build a case, but it was a high-tech license plate reader that helped them track down the suspects.
If it wasn't for the flock cameras, there would be no case.
This is an invaluable instrument that we use in helping us resolve these crimes and keeping the community safe.
The DA said the 2 suspects have been connected to other shootings nationwide and have been sentenced to 40 years.
In a month.
You got Somalian gangs, man. Niggas is running around crossing state lines. What happened to crossing state lines? How come everybody not making a big deal? These dudes cross state lines, man. Wow.
Years.
A month after the Snellville shooting, they flew into San Diego and committed a shooting there at a park in broad daylight where they shot 3 individuals.
This is not a productive way to spend your life. You don't need the gangs, you don't need the guns. Find a career that does not land you in prison.
Now, the DA's office says that the 2 men that were arrested in this case were picked up just outside of Los Angeles in a car with disassembled gun parts. We're live in Snellville tonight. Adam Murphy, Atlanta News First.
Oh, man. Listen, man. Every night, man. Every night. It never was a night. A lot of you people are new, man. I've been doing this for years, man. There's never been a night. There's never been an episode where I've had to hunt, look for stories. They're all right here in my algorithm. There's never been a day where we've had a shortage of these stories. Everybody hit that like button, man. Smash that like button. you watching on Ox Nation News, salute to you. Let me play this one and then I'll get back to I got one that I got in the queue.
They say the people who were with. Serious questions are being asked tonight in the district after an 8th grader was found shot dead inside an apartment on Benning Road in Northeast DC.
So Louisville, we got a little girl shot at the bus stop. They said the people ran up, shot her, and laughed. Now we got an 8th grader shot and found dead in an apartment in Benning Road, not too far from where my stomping grounds. Not too far. Jeez.
Found shot dead inside an apartment on Benning Road in Northeast DC. Police say the people who were with her claimed she shot herself. But our Washington, D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley now tells us she's learned that was not the case.
When the shooting initially happened, the teen boy was arrested and charged for gun possession. That's because at that time, he told police that, yes, he stole his uncle's gun, had it at the apartment, that he invited friends over and they were playing with it. He said that Zaytina Mason Brown was on TikTok making videos with the weapon, playing with it, when he then claimed that she shot herself in the head. Well, now he's facing a murder charge. In court today, a detective testified that once they got the final autopsy report, it revealed that someone else shot her. They say it was the 17-year-old boy who was 15 at the time. Investigators say another girl who was in the room.
That sign say EBT? You know how many times I've driven down this block? You know how many times I've driven down this block? Right past this laundromat right here. How many times I took my clothes to this laundromat and washed my clothes at this laundromat? It's on the other side right here. This is facing it. The laundromat is behind the camera, but yeah, man, unbelievable, man. Always a lot of stuff going on around here.
At the time, investigators say another girl who was in the room initially also told police that Zaytina shot herself, but then changed her story. Months after the shooting, the witness came forward and said while Zaytina was making videos, the boy started dancing close to her. She pushed him off and gave him back the gun. Zaytina sat down. The boy sat across from her and shot her. We learned the boy's mom was home during the shooting and knocked on the door when the shot went off. The witness says that at that
the boy's mom was home. He in there with 2 girls. He 15. A shot goes off. Yo.
We learned the boy's mom was home during the shooting and knocked on the door when the shot went off. The witness says that at that time, the teen boy told her to be quiet, and she says they then called the police. It was also revealed in court that the police believe there were other people inside of that room. That was based on pictures of Zaytina's body allegedly being shared on social media, as well as group messages. On top of that, police say that the other girl that was in the room was arrested in June for lying to police. Now reporting.
Well, this month is the 1-year anniversary of the deployment of the National Guard troops in Washington.
Jesus, why is this so low? The 1-year anniversary of the National Guard deployment in D.C. And look what niggas is doing. Nothing has changed. You can't fix niggas. Niggas are unfixable. You can't fix niggas. You can't fix niggas. Press 1. You can't fix niggas.
What's going on YouTube? I am back. So here to talk about some fatigue reality checks comeuppance, karma, you know the deal. And I've also chucked in plenty of third world fatiguers, providing us with some low IQ gold. Also, the man himself, David Attenborough, is back to give us his commentary of the clip I showed you in my last video, Torta versus Shaniqua. So if you're sick of these third worlders, and if you're also sick of traditional fatiguers, hit the like button right now, because I'm struggling here. But not as much as Western countries when they import third worlders as opposed to people like the Japanese. But let's not even get onto the subject of traditional fatiguers and their IQ, because God help us, it must be in negative territory by now, because the serial defecator is on the loose. He's been terrorizing Tulsa, and that's a real story, by the way. So the man has been defecating into a dog waste bag and smearing it on the walls. The suspect was seen wearing only a thong. A cut open mask, and a shower cap. That is a real image of the serial defecator. So if you're anywhere near that region and you see this guy, fucking run.
I mean, this is something that, listen, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a black crime. We see people, you know, he's just a fucking nasty motherfucker, a weirdo. But it is a black guy though doing this time. On top of all the other shit that we doing.
Fucking run, because he might try and shit on you, okay? But let's get a reality check here.
Fuck out. Off of her to get your ass.
You want me to beat you up in the field? Go, go to the field. Go to the field. Go to the field.
Please.
Come on, go. Go to the field.
Please. Come on.
Come on, go to the field.
Please come out this field.
Go to the field. Yeah, go to the field. Yeah, I know. Now keep walking for me. Thanks. Keep walking for me. See you later. Jesus fucking Christ. You're a 60-year-old woman. You're a 60-year-old fucking woman. You're a child, bro. You ain't developed past the age of 9. Yeah, I'm gonna beat up a 60-year-old woman. Dude, you look malnourished.
Very malnourished.
I know. I know.
I know you know.
When he said you look malnourished, oh, that's a classic. It's time to just, if you haven't learnt to let something go by that point in your life, there's something seriously wrong with you. But now, the man himself, the doyen, as we call him, the doyen of wildlife commentary, he's lending his talents to the seedy underbelly, and it's a very big belly, of the United States. Seedy, ghetto, gutter trash. Attenborough is out there, literally in the gutter, looking for seedy Shaniquas he can film. And he's found some here. There's a few Mexicans involved as well.
Here in San Diego's Gaslamp Quarter, we find a small gathering outside Tacos El Gordo, moments before law enforcement introduces an entirely different kind of spicy seasoning. The first two feral males engage in what initially resembles combat, though their technique quickly devolves into a peculiar form of aggressive piggybacking, stumbling into the street like conjoined combatants disputing custody of the same nervous system.
I gotta say, bloody pansy bitches, what the hell are you doing? Groping each other like that?
While a preppy Edgar, resembling a well-fed Ricky Ricardo, struggles to contain another torta valet sporting a red wig bright enough to guide aircraft through low visibility. Into the chaos waddles, vacuum sealed into black spandex, backside first and brimming with unearned executive authority. Precisely as, what seems like, San Diego's entire bike division arrive en masse. As the pedal-powered police posse merge into the chaos, one deputy, with the nervous authority of Barney Fife, offers the two curb goblins a tentative puff of mace as they continue their curbside goblinry. But the municipal misting is quickly upstaged by the evening's heavyweight attraction. The blow sends Big Back waddling away in stunned offence. For one glorious second, she appears to choose self-preservation. Then pride clears its throat as Big Back turns, re-enters the fray, and resumes hostilities with the other rotund flab of humanity. Mere feet away, Big Back is introduced to the miracle of applied electricity and drops like a redwood at a logging convention, allegedly absorbing enough voltage to briefly appear on the San Diego power grid before the mighty kaiju finally tips past her center of gravity and crashes onto the pavement. And so concludes another triumph of human evolution in San Diego, where reason failed, pepper spray struggled, and electricity finally carried the winning resolution.
Salute to Bird B, man. Bird B is in the building, man. Listen, man. There's no shortage, man. There's no shortage of this stuff. No shortage.
Police working to track down the man who attacked a woman while she was out for a morning run. That alert victim saying she did not back down. She went into protection mode. Action News reporter Amanda Pitts live for us in Center City with the story. Amanda, you spoke to that victim about what she calls a really bizarre situation.
I did, Gray. Maggie Lawrence was on a run in this very spot when she says a man attempted to kick her in the face. She says she blocked his kick with her hand and thankfully is going to be okay. But she says she has many questions. She's shocked by this and just wondering why.
Luckily, I kind of caught his foot right up here.
Maggie Lawrence started her day Wednesday morning like any other.
Around 6:30 in the morning, I started a run and I was running down 16th Street.
Why does Philly not have any normal looking women of any race? Why doesn't matter the race of the woman? Philly women just got a rough shell exterior. Like if this woman was from San Diego, per se, she would be hot. Philly just puts this, I don't know, this just toughness on you. It just makes it like she looks like a shell of herself. She doesn't look like how she could look if she wasn't from Philly.
6:30 in the morning, I started a run and I was running down 16th Street.
It was on the 500 block of 16th Street in Center City when she says things took a turn when she ran past a man. This is video of Lawrence moments before.
All of a sudden I could hear kind of yelling through my headphones, and as I starting to run past him, he stopped and he kicked his leg up at me, kind of almost like karate style, I would describe it.
That's when her reflexes kicked in.
I'm about to get kicked and I was able to catch his foot. And then I'm kind of standing there with this guy's foot and he's laughing and I'm throwing his foot back on the ground. It was very bizarre.
She ran away from the man as he simply walked away. The same camera that caught her running by caught the alleged suspect walking south on 16th after the incident.
He looked like a faggot, man. We got a white guy, man. Let's just say he's straight, because we don't want to. We gotta, because he might just be, white guys don't know how to walk. They don't know. They don't have the rhythm with the earth. They don't have the bounce, the step, the soul. They don't have soul. So when they walk, it look funny.
He had like gym clothes on, looked like he was just walking home from the gym. So wasn't, seeming like someone was like up to no good or had a hood up or was looking sketchy, like regular old guy.
The 24-year-old has only lived in the city a few months, but says she's never felt unsafe here before, and her neighbors say the same.
I walk to work every day, and
Jeez, Philly shit. Look at her, man. Am I right about Philly women, man? That they just look haggard and and dry and what's the word? They don't fulfill their potential. I'm not saying this woman could be a beauty queen, but she could look better than this. Yeah, slumming. They be slumming. Philly women be slumming, man. Look at her, man. She look like Jeff Daniels, man. And Dumb and Dumber, man. We've been doing this shit for fucking years. We ain't found a good looking woman in Philly yet, man. And listen, even their Puerto Ricans look fucking crazy. Think about how hard it is to fuck up a Puerto Rican, like a fine Puerto Rican. Their Puerto Ricans look crazy. He said, yo, I see it now. Shout out to Otto Will. Yeah, she just look haggard, man. Haggard.
Work every day, and I've never felt unsafe. I think this should
Center City is a white neighborhood.
encourage people to be vigilant in their surroundings.
Lawrence hopes that by sharing her story, others on early morning runs will stay alert.
If this person does it again, and also just the fact that they did it to me and could have really hurt me, it needs to get out there. People need to be on the lookout, and hopefully we're able to again catch them.
And again, Lawrence thankfully was not injured during this ordeal. She did file a police report. Police tell me that South detectives are now investigating. We're live in Center City tonight. Amanda Pitts for Action News at 10 on PHL 17. Gray?
Yeah, a reminder always to be on alert. Okay, Amanda, thanks for that report.
469 dead in Nepal. Okay, yeah. We knew that was going to rise.
And in Jersey City, where the theft of that luxury sailboat ended with a police shooting.
This all started in Liberty Harbor and Marina on Saturday when someone stole the boat. It was spotted earlier today off the coast of Newport in Rhode Island. But the
nigga not stealing no boat, man. A nigga not stealing no boat. This we can rule a black man out of this one. Son man not stealing no boat.
Investigation led to gunfire, and now one person is dead.
New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson is in Jersey City. And Anthony, you spoke with the owner of that stolen boat, right?
Yeah, and he had the boat for 10 years. It was the most oppressive, attractive boat that was parked out here, docked in this arena. Like we said, the owner has had this boat 10 years. He spent a tremendous amount of money on this boat. He came out here with his wife on Sunday afternoon to go sailing, and the boat was gone. The owner of the boat holding back tears, thanking everyone who helped recover his beloved sailboat. He was especially grateful to the officer in Newport, Rhode Island, injured in the shootout with the suspect. The boat stolen from the Liberty Harbor Marina Saturday night, recovered nearly 200 miles away.
You guys are like, oh, it's only a boat, but it's kind of my passion. And it's taken 10 years to kind of get her to where she is today. So when we saw someone stole it, it was pretty upsetting.
The entire boating community joined in efforts to recover the boat, described as the Rolls-Royce of sailing boats. Jim's wife made flyers sharing them with the sailing community up and down the East Coast.
Everybody was looking for her. And I guess we have a great outcome as long as that police officer is okay.
Rhode Island authorities called Jim around 8:45 this morning to let him know his boat was anchored in the waters near Newport. Moments later, they approached the boat, which turned into a violent encounter.
The male fled below deck, ignoring commands from officers. The party armed himself with a firearm, and shots were fired. The suspect is deceased. One officer was shot in the lower extremity and is in stable condition at Newport Hospital.
Folks working in the marina saw the suspect before he stole the boat. He walked into Jersey jet ski on Saturday. The owner says the suspect was showing signs of unusual behavior.
He changed clothes apparently about 3 times while he was just on the premise here. So, we have pictures of him walking with one shirt on, the Key West shirt on. Then we see him down at the docks in a camouflage style shirt. And then we saw him up in here with a white shirt on.
Yeah, the jet ski owner also saying the suspect had a large bloody gash on his face. The name of that suspect has not yet been released. That is the latest live from Jersey City, New Jersey. Anthony Johnson, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Shout out to my man over there on who is that on OckNationNews.com that just hit the super chat? Who are you? It says supporter. It says supporter. Who is that? It doesn't say a username. It just says supporter. Anyway, salute to you, man. Jeez.
Well, listen to this. Tonight, an Amazon delivery driver is facing felony elder abuse charges. The suspect is accused of hitting a man in his 70s. Investigators say it happened during a dispute over a parking space in Elk Grove. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias has the latest update.
Elk Grove police say the incident started in the parking lot of this gas station off Sheldon Road. They say the suspect became upset because he had intended to park in the same parking stall as the 71-year-old. Surveillance video captures the moment a delivery driver wearing an Amazon uniform strikes a 71-year-old man in the head, knocking him to the ground inside an Elk Grove gas station. Police say it happened around 3:15 p.m. on March 30th. Investigators identified the suspect as 30-year-old Terrence Wheeler of Antioch.
There's all kinds of both criminal and civil exposure for that type of conduct, generally. In addition to enhancements, because the gentleman that was actually assaulted is over the age of a protected class.
Alan Sawyer is a litigation attorney in Sacramento and Stockton. He's not involved in this case, but has experience with similar cases. The Busby law firm has filed a $10 million lawsuit on behalf of Edwin Charlie Hester. The complaint describes the incident as a violent, unprovoked, racially charged assault by an Amazon delivery driver. It accuses Amazon and Terrence Wheeler of assault, battery, elder abuse, and negligence.
There could be some exposure for Amazon as well, because if this was during the course and scope of his employment, when he was on duty, they could actually make this responsibility and liability pass to Amazon.
The complaint also states Hester now suffers from persistent ringing in his ear, headaches, neck, and back pain. And
hell yeah, he better sue the hell out of Amazon. Sue the hell out of Amazon.
Intrusive fear of being attacked from behind.
If there's long-term medical care, that can add up really quickly. So as far as the exposure for the harm that caused goes up dramatically.
Sawyer says when there is video of a crime, it's the
Yo, he had a dude so old, the dude had on suspenders, man. The dude got on suspenders. Look at all these people who work here, man. They all like normal people.
Sawyer says when there is video of a crime, it's the best direct evidence showing what happened.
So I think this video is incredibly damaging for the defendant and will be exhibit number 1 and the most important piece of evidence.
And Amazon says he was working for an independent business that contracts with Amazon. And after this investigation, the driver no longer qualifies to deliver Amazon packages. His next court date is scheduled for September 24th.
Wow.
Well, now to this, the family of an Atlanta DJ and producer says that they need help bringing his body home.
Police say Terrace Caswell was shot and killed Friday at Castleberry Hill apartment complex. Atlanta police investigators say he was shot during an attempted robbery between people who knew one another. 11.
He shot an attempted robbery between people who knew each other. So that's a DJ shot. That's a DJ shot, not a rapper, but we got a DJ shot tonight. Jeez. Look at all this shit. All this is the niggas. This whole box is just niggerville. Yes, this is Fulton County, where Atlanta is, but all this box is niggerville, boy. Gwinnett, DeKalb, Clayton, Fayette, Coweta, Carroll, Douglas, Cobb. Oh, jeez.
Robbery between people who knew one another. 11 Alive's Chase Howell spoke with the man's mother as police are still looking for his killer.
It's been less than a week since police say Terrace Caswell was shot and killed just outside this building while he was sitting in his car. And now his family says they need $8,000 to bring his body back home to Newport, Rhode Island.
Y'all ready for GT?
A certified hype man on and off the stage.
He's been always like a superstar since he was born. Like he just had that star charisma and power.
Leslie McCullough is Terrace Caswell's mom. I spoke to her over Zoom because she lives in Virginia Beach. She says the night he was shot and killed, he was dropping off a man he was mentoring.
He wasn't a street kid. He was in the house, in the studio. That was his life, was his music, entertainment. That's what his passion. That's what he pursued.
McCullough says her son has been in the studio with people like Future and 2 Chainz. Here you can see him with Jacquees. He even had an event coming up with Boosie.
He was always saying, you know, tap in. And that was his thing, was plugging people together, bringing people together, trying to make this music thing happen, not just for himself, but for people that he also met along the way.
And while Terrace won't be coming home greeting his mom with his big smile, she still wants her baby boy nearby and the person who killed him locked up. Since I've been here, I've already seen 2 Atlanta police officers circling the complex. In Atlanta's Castleberry Hill neighborhood, Chase Howell, 11 Alive News.
Terrace's mother also told Chase those who want to send flowers can do so by sending them to the funeral home. That information is listed in this story on our website, 11alive.com.
Jeez. What's this fella doing, man? All right, after this, we're gonna do the main event, man. We'll do the main event after this.
A man is behind bars tonight accused of shooting and
This woman is fine, yo. She the finest news anchor. Jennifer Bellamy, that's her name. She the finest one, man. And she a MILF, man. She a MILF, and she the finest one, and she a MILF. Ain't that crazy? Who finer than her, guys? Huh? Which one is fine? Which news lady is finer than her? I don't think we got one, man. She's a MILF. I mean, I don't know, man. She the finest to me, man. I don't see nobody finer than her.
killing his own brother following a fight over chores.
DeKalb County police say 20-year-old Jared Askett
Man is behind bars tonight accused of shooting and killing his own brother following a fight over chores.
DeKalb County police say 20-year-old Jared Askett is charged with murder in the death of his older brother, 23-year-old Devon Askett. Police were called to a home on Hidden Creek Drive in Decatur yesterday around 11 a.m. for a person who had been shot. Now, this is the victim. His family tells 11 Alive this all started with an argument about cleaning the bathroom earlier this week. Then yesterday, tempers flared again, leading to that shooting.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
WLTX breaking news.
Let me see. Let me get to the. Jeez. Let's see this. Let's get to the main event, man. Let's get to the main event, man.
Recording. Excuse me, ma'am. We want to know, what do you come around this area for? Like, do you give anything out to our community, to the George Floyd?
Damn. So right off the bat, if you coming around and you white, you gotta be giving. She begging. She see a white lady with a camera, and she like, yo, you gotta give us some stuff, man. Free stuff, man. Gives me. We're looking for 10 people to sponsor the show. We need 7 more. 8 more. Yeah, 7 more. 7 more people to sponsor the show, man. 7 more people to sponsor the programming, man. Listen, man. Right off the bat, Gibbs me.
Ready? Recording. Excuse me, ma'am. We want to know, what do you come around this area for? Like, do you give anything out to our community, to the George Floyd? We just want to know. Well, like,
there are other people besides George Floyd, such as Derek Chauvin, who's innocent and in jail.
Derek Chauvin, you know what? You kind of look like him. You do look like him. You look like, are you trans?
I'm just a regular chick.
Damn.
Are you just a regular chick? I'm sorry. Somebody did some fucked up ass procedures to you, but Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd on the fucking ground for 8 minutes and some chance in front of the whole fucking world. And we got more white people that stood with us other than you. I'm sorry, were you molested as a kid? Did your father fuck you or something? Because for you to act like that and to come up here and talk about Derek Chauvin, bet you luck out to fucking slide you.
Damn. You see the white lady not showing no fear, though. The white lady's not showing any fear. So the black lady don't know what to do. The black lady's going to come over there and assault her, but since she's not showing fear, the black lady don't know what to do. Press 1. Black lady is stumped. She like this white lady not running, or she not backing down. He said, that's no lady. Try to be nice, man. Let me be nice, yo. Everybody hit that like button, man. If you ain't hit the like button yet, man, you gonna, if you ain't, you gonna come back as a woman in your next life, and you gonna be built like this black lady right here. So hit the like button. So you gonna come back built like this one.
Dumb bitch. Get off this block. Take your shit and get the fuck off this block. Go to the park. Go to the park. But you ain't coming past this bitch. Not while Big Rock is here. Big Auntie ain't.
Big Rock. Big Rock.
K.A. Big Auntie. Now what? You look like a man. Look at you. Look, yo. Zoom in at her toes, yo. Zoom in at these motherfucking feet. Them shits look like fingers. E.T. phone home. She's racist. Get her. Get the fuck off our block. We don't need you today. We might need you tomorrow, bitch. You better not. Yes, I am. And I'm proud of my race. And you know what it means? You know what it means to be racist? It means you're proud of your fucking race. Black people are better, smarter, and we work harder. We're stronger than you, nigga. And stop mixing and fucking with our black men. Leave the black dick alone. I bet you want a big black dick because your white men got dicks like this.
Yo. This woman can go to work tomorrow and clock in and nobody will say nothing to her. Press 1. If this woman had a job anywhere, I don't care who she worked for, what company she worked for, what field it was in, whether it was goddamn Target or fucking Walmart, or if it was an office building, or if it was a school, whatever. She could walk into work tomorrow and clock in, and ain't nobody gonna say shit to her. Press 1. You said it's a skit? Nah, this ain't no skit. This ain't no skit. This lady here to do a documentary about George Floyd. Derek Chauvin. She there to do a documentary about Derek Chauvin.
Shut up. Because you don't even got no fucking lips to suck dick. Bitch, I wouldn't even want you sucking my strap-on dick. Pink Punisher don't even want you. Let's get this bitch out of here. We out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
From the overflow of the heart.
You better not come back this way. You better not come back. What you say? What you say? What you...
She thought she was gonna run. She thought the white lady was gonna run. Jesus Christ.
What you say? Oh, you touch me? Yeah. Bitch, I'll smack the shit out of you. In the face. Well, I wish you would. Bitch, I'll rap. Bitch, get your motherfucking hand out of here. What you want? Bitch, what? What's up, bitch? I'll wail up on your ass. Did she hit me, cuz?
I'm ready to leave.
I'll fucking, well, leave. Leave now before I get to wailing on you.
Start walking off.
Leave, bitch, leave. Leave now, go.
I'll have to walk backwards.
Go. Walk backwards then. You better leave. Walk. I ain't gonna hit you.
No, you need to step back.
Watch that fucking finger, bitch.
No,
I'm gonna do this. This is what black people got. This ain't Adolf Hitler shit. This black people shit. Under my hand, bitch, is where you will kneel. Get the fuck up out of here. Go.
No.
Walk backwards.
I'll walk back.
All right, well, walk back. I'm gonna
But
be
you go
calm.
back too.
Walk back. I am. I'm in my hood. Get up out of here. Get up out of here.
I'll hold her hand.
Get up out of here. I ain't gonna hit you. What you scared of? I'm giving
So
you.
why were you doing that?
I'm a woman of my word. Walk off. You got me peacefully.
If you're talking about
I'm gonna be a woman of my word. Walk off. What I'm gonna do is give you 5 seconds. 1, 2,
It takes a little while.
3, 4, 5. Like I said, get the fuck up out of here. Let's go. Got me, cuz? You recorded all that shit? The Rock the Body Entertainment is hard. And I have my white girl coming to hold my back.
He said all that anti-white racist shit, and she had a white friend with her. Liberal white women are like the bane of society. Liberal white women are the bane of society.
That motherfucker out of here. Listen. That's right.
She feel like she did something. She feel like she did something. She feel like she accomplished something. She feels like she's accomplished something. This one says, I stand with the black sister on this because the white woman came to a predominantly black neighborhood to talk about a white cunt cop who murdered George Floyd. We don't bother y'all, but you people always seem to come fuck with us. Damn. Saying another female looks like a man while looking like this is crazy. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Holy shit. Yeah, we need racial segregation. Fuck George Floyd, who was beside as a walking dead man on a career-long hard drug user, a pathetic low-life loser who was used and abused by radical Marxists, BLM left thugs, to promote their unsubstantiated, twisted hatred of any and all white people. They would never put a Charlie Kirk statue up anywhere, man. Jeez. Imagine this form actually asking a regular woman if a regular woman is trans. Jeez. Fucking A, man. Let's get back.
It's been 9 months since a 23-year-old man was accused of firing 24 bullets in downtown Norfolk, one of them seriously injuring a man.
We've since learned shots were being fired towards an off-duty Portsmouth police officer who has been charged with brandishing a gun first. Tonight on Your Side's Brett Hall obtained video of part of the incident.
The surveillance video from the Waterside Garage shows Portsmouth police officer Brandon Davis pulling out a gun and pointing at several people, including Lauren Bailey Jr. in the early morning hours of November 23rd. However, the judge still denied Bailey bond for the third time. Family members of Lauren Bailey Jr. say this is the moment that started what ultimately ended in the Waterside pedestrian bridge being riddled with bullets, a 26-year-old service member left seriously injured, and Bailey and Portsmouth police officer Brandon Davis facing charges. While both cases were continued yet again this afternoon in Norfolk District Court, this is the first time we are seeing exactly what happened just before 2 a.m. Prosecutors say both Davis and people he was with, as well as Bailey and members of his family, were leaving PBR. Somehow a fight began outside the truck Davis was driving, and you can see Davis pulling a gun. He then follows Bailey to the vehicle Bailey and others were riding in, only appearing to be leaving at the encouragement of a friend. According to prosecutors, there is video showing both vehicles leaving the garage and then Bailey getting out and firing 21 rounds towards Davis as his truck heads down Waterside Drive. One of the bullets struck a man waiting outside for an Uber. 10 on Your Side has not yet seen that video.
It's been very hard. This has been traumatic to our family.
Bailey's mother, Charmaine Bailey, has long maintained that if her son must remain behind bars, so should the officer.
It's not a good feeling for the family. The judge's point of view and the Commonwealth's point of view is that my son is a danger to the community because he allegedly shot so many times.
She says Davis was shouting racial slurs at her family in the garage, and she considers that a risk to the community as well. Everybody's going to be back in court December 1st. Outside the Norfolk Courthouse, Brett Hall, 10 on Your Side.
We begin with breaking news at 10 o'clock and dramatic cell phone video showing a Cleburne police officer being treated just moments after he was shot at a Sam's Club in Burleson. This is the end of what began as a police chase in Cleburne. Good evening, I'm Clarice Tinsley. Police say a suspect was struck by gunfire and killed at the scene. Cleburne police confirmed a short while ago one of its officers was shot as well. Fox 4's Peyton Yeager joins us live from the scene where this all ended. Peyton.
Clarice, we are live outside of the Sam's Club here in Burleson, and this is where a police pursuit ended. And then that shooting happened right inside those front doors here at Sam's Club, where dozens of shoppers were ending their day. So this is a police pursuit that ended in this parking lot. That police chase started in Cleburne, ended here in Burleson, and it is confirmed tonight a Cleburne police officer was shot. That officer was transported to the hospital and is currently being treated. Now we want to set up this cell phone video from a witness. A shopper, saw the police pursuit end here in the front and then heard 5 to 6 gunshots and then saw the Cleburne police officer shot in the leg and tried to help. Take a look here.
Is anybody else in there with him? Yeah, he's
So Cleburne officers who were already assisting in that pursuit immediately put a tourniquet on the officer's leg. That witness behind the camera offers his belt as well to act like a tourniquet, but the officer quickly loaded up an ambulance, rushed to the hospital. Police say that Cleburne officer is reported to be in stable condition tonight. That same witness, we interviewed him again, saw the suspect vehicle, a blue truck, come into this parking lot with 2 Cleburne police officers behind that suspect truck, saw a man run out of the truck into the Sam's Club, heard 5 to 6 gunshots, and then saw the officer shot and injured. Let's hear from that witness.
It was a scary moment and hadn't witnessed anything like that. Yeah, so yes, I was caught in the middle. My truck was right there where the orange line is. I was seeing everything. Right up. I got to see the full incident going down.
Any message for the officer who's injured?
Well, God bless him. Hope he's okay. And thank you for saving us in there, saving the customers that were still inside.
And new information at this 10 o'clock hour from Cleburne Police on how this chase even started. Just before 7 p.m. tonight, Cleburne officers responded to a report of an individual brandishing a firearm. The suspect in a truck took off. Then that police chase, that police pursuit began. Again, starting in Cleburne and Alvarado and an ending here in Burleson. Shots fired here at the Sam's Club between the suspect and Cleburne Police. Police say the suspect was shot and killed. Again, that Cleburne officer shot in the leg and taken to the hospital. And multiple people here tonight, Clarice, you have to remember that there were shoppers here again ending their day. So multiple witnesses, they had to be interviewed. Their vehicles are here behind crime scene tape. So a long night for them. Multiple agencies here from the surrounding counties and surrounding municipalities assisting in this investigation. But ultimately now the Texas Rangers, they are taking over. Two things I want to point out. We do have crime scene photographers on scene. There was what appears to be a rifle right inside those two doors behind me. And this blue truck behind me, again, that suspect vehicle, it did have a bullet hole in that front windshield. So I know that investigators are taking a look at all of that evidence tonight. But latest report is that Cleburne police officer is at the hospital.
Peyton Yeager is fine, man. Peyton Yeager is fine. Peyton Yeager is fine, man. A lot of officers getting shot. That's one thing they never talk about. How many officers get shot by niggas?
Also tonight, a guilty verdict in the killing of a teen from Hampton.
This was the second go-around for this case in court. This afternoon, a jury found Calvin Jackson guilty of first-degree murder and gun charges. Joy Brown was killed in 2023. A previous jury ended deadlocked. Well, 10 on your sides, Chris Horn continues our coverage now with today's verdict.
Domestic violence haunted the 19-year relationship between Joy Brown and Calvin Jackson. And this afternoon, Jackson was convicted of the worst kind of domestic violence. Friends and family of Joy Brown rejoice in their sense of justice and relief. Brown was shot dead 3 years ago by her long-term boyfriend, Calvin Jackson. Brown had told Jackson 8 months earlier that she wanted to end that relationship. And according to her friends who testified this week, she was telling them of a history of domestic violence. Brown had texted to her friends that CJ, as she called Jackson, is going to put me in a casket.
Love doesn't hurt. You have to know that from the beginning. Love is patient, it's kind. It's not going to cause you to cry all the time or have bruises that you have to hide from your family and friends.
When you're dealing with someone as calculated as him, you can't just up and leave. She was trying and she was taking the necessary steps to do so. He had already had things in motion before she could do what she needed to do for her and her daughter.
Jackson fired a single .45 caliber bullet into Brown's head. His second shot grazed his own head and embedded in the ceiling. In her closing argument, prosecutor Haley Lieberman said the shot to Brown's head means only one thing: murder. Jackson's defense attorney, meanwhile, Grant Spears, asked the jury for manslaughter, saying Jackson was out of his mind upon learning that Brown wanted him out of the house. Jackson's earlier trial ended on a hung jury on second-degree murder. This time, the jury found that Brown's killing was willful, deliberate, and premeditated.
I just thank God that it turned out first degree, because it was definitely first degree. Yes.
No doubt it was premeditated.
No doubt whatsoever. Where he tortured that girl.
I am so happy that Joy can finally rest in peace. This part we are able to put to bed and move forward. Looking forward to sentencing.
And that sentencing for Jackson is set for November 6th. He faces from 20 years to life in prison on the first-degree murder conviction, an additional mandatory 3 years on a firearm conviction. In Hampton, Chris Horn, 10 on your side.
Chris, thank you very much. You can see all of our previous coverage of this story right now on wavy.com.
Salute, man. We're looking for 7 more people to sponsor the show. Come on, guys. 7 more people sponsor the show. Where you at, man? Where you at? Where you at?
A 16-year-old girl from South Georgia will spend life in prison after admitting to killing her own mother. Liliana
16-year-old girl got life in prison. But black folk whining about Carmelo. Wah, Carmelo, wah. 16-year-old girl got life in prison.
A 16-year-old girl from South Georgia will spend life in prison after admitting to killing her own mother. Liliana Wagner was just 14 when she shot her mother, Rachel, in the back of the head at their home in Tift County. Officers first checked on Rachel after Liliana was found alone in a crashed car in Crawford County. That's when police went to their home and found Rachel's body. Investigators dug through Liliana's phone, and they say she was obsessed with school shootings and mass casualty attacks, even chatting with strangers online who encouraged her to plan violence.
Wow. A life sentence. 16 with a life sentence.
6 shootings, one of them deadly and several others hurt after a violent weekend in Milwaukee. We are hearing from city officials who are working to prevent it.
And Christina Van Zels explains why, despite recent violence, they are still optimistic.
We talked with the Department of Community Wellness and Safety. City officials there say the weekend is alarming, but looking at the bigger picture, the number for both fatal and non-fatal shootings are down.
The incidents of the past weekend are concerning, but I think progress and urgency can exist at the same time.
Milwaukee police are investigating 6 weekend shooting locations that left 1 dead and 7 injured. The victims range in age from 1-year-old to 35 years old.
Road rage and domestic situations are, I think, 2 of the leading causes of most of the violence and homicides.
Stephen Hopkins is the lead for Milwaukee's critical response team. It's part of Milwaukee's Department of Community Wellness and Safety to work with families impacted by violence.
Despite what people see, it's been a lot of families being helped, and it's been a lot of things being prevented.
Hopkins says his team sees progress. Milwaukee police crime data shows both homicides and non-fatal shooting numbers are down about 25% from last year. He says the violence is often a result of personal issues or mental health.
There's been times where we'll be canvassing in our target area, and we might just come about on a situation that's right then and there.
We got to make sure it's not easier to get a gun than it is to get a job.
Officials with the Department of Community Wellness and Safety say they plan to release the 4th quarter prevention plan, which does include addressing conditions in neighborhoods they see the most violence. Reporting in the newsroom, Christina Van Zelst, Fox 6 News.
Civil rights attorney Ivory Lamar is now representing a woman mistakenly pulled over by police, not once, but twice.
In both of the cases, she was held at gunpoint. Video shows Amber Newell stopped on I-94 by Brookfield police earlier this month and detained. Days earlier, she was also pulled over by Milwaukee police and her car was towed. Police say her vehicle was listed as wanted in the flock system. The alert should have been cleared after the first traffic stop, but police say human error led to them not removing the vehicle from the flock system. Lamar and his legal team say they have begun independent investigation into both situations, including exactly why Newell's vehicle was flagged in the first place.
Wow.
First here at 5 o'clock, a baby girl is recovering tonight after being hit by a bullet in the middle of a wild street shootout. Tonight, we're hearing from that baby's family. Milwaukee police.
Yo, Milwaukee is the trenches, man. Milwaukee is a motherfucker, boy.
First here at 5 o'clock, a baby girl is recovering tonight after being hit by a bullet in the middle of a wild street shootout. Tonight, we're hearing from that baby's family. Milwaukee police say this was a road rage situation at Sherman and Capitol on Saturday morning. 12 News' Kendall Keys reports with a nearby worker who learned his family members were injured in this shooting.
Yellow evidence markers, at least 19 of them scattered around the road, placed near spent shell casings at Sherman and Capitol Saturday morning.
The markers of all the cases, yeah, that's what scared me when I really found out what happened.
Terrence Walker showed up to work at Chicago Sub during the chaos, not knowing he would have a personal connection to the crime scene.
It was a terrible scene when I got here, and I didn't even know who it was at first.
Milwaukee police say 2 drivers opened fire on each other while driving through the intersection. A bullet grazing a baby girl, just 1-year-old, in her car seat in one of the cars.
Everybody got to calling me, like, that's your family, that's your family. I'm like, oh. I was so mad to hear what happened.
Walker says his cousin behind the wheel of one of the cars is the baby's father.
He was grazed in the head, and the baby too.
Both grazed?
Yeah, the bullet went through the baby's seat. Yes, it was terrible, man. I'm just glad it, you know what I mean, could have ended worse. I'm just glad it didn't.
That baby, within inches of a much worse outcome, is going to recover. He believes his cousin shot in retaliation.
The guy who was supposedly shooting at him, and I know person has to defend themselves. So if anything, he was defending himself and his baby.
Milwaukee police say both drivers, a 23-year-old man and a 31-year-old man, were taken to the hospital before being booked into jail. And Milwaukee police are referring charges to the district attorney's office. Reporting in Milwaukee, Kendall Keys, WISN 12 News.
12 News asked Milwaukee police which driver opened fire first and what led up to the gunfire. Police only saying their investigation remains ongoing.
Wow.
The Royce City Police Department has fired the officer seen in a now viral video throwing a woman to the ground by her hair. The August 3rd incident happened outside a neighborhood pool. While one officer has been fired, the police department says it's still pursuing criminal charges against 2 civilians involved. Fox 4's David Santendry has more from today's announcement. David.
Hey, Heather, yeah, that officer was fired after video shows him throwing a woman to the ground by her hair, but an attorney says there's plenty more to see, and he's calling on police to release body camera footage. A Royce City police officer now fired after cell phone footage shows the officer throwing a woman by her hair to the ground and other questionable actions on August 3rd. Officers were responding to an argument between a family and an older couple at a neighborhood community pool. After video surfaced, outcries against the officer began. Now, 3 weeks later, Royce City PD finished its internal investigation and fired the officer, saying it will not condone misconduct by any member of the police department and will take appropriate action when misconduct occurs.
First of all, we want to say we are thankful to the Royce City Police Department for doing the right thing.
Civil rights attorney Sean Doridia represents family members seen in the video.
Even though we have this firing, it doesn't undo the abuse, the assault, and humiliation that this family endured from him.
He believes criminal charges might be warranted against the fired officer.
We want the district attorney's office to look into this case.
Meanwhile, the department is referring charges to the Collin County District Attorney's Office for 2 people involved: an unidentified suspect who reportedly struck an officer in the face, and a 35-year-old woman who reportedly interfered with the on-scene investigation. In a news release, police did not name the 35-year-old, but Doridia says it's the woman seen getting her hair pulled.
This affected this community in such a harsh way.
Doridia says the department allowed him, his client, and her family to view body camera footage of the incident. He says the fired officer's actions are worse than what's seen on cell phone video, claiming the officer also pulled the hair of the woman's 18-year-old daughter.
That body cam footage, that dash cam footage, it tells a completely different story. It shows abuse that I can't even describe. It shows humiliation. Transparency is the reason we want this tape released, and for no other reason. We want this tape released so the whole public, so the whole world can see exactly what happened that day.
Fox 4 has filed an open records request to obtain that body camera footage. We will let you know when and if we do. Now, that department, obviously, we talked about firing that officer has not been named by the department at this point in time. The department says 3 other officers who were on scene have been cleared of any wrongdoing. They say those officers were following protocol. Heather, Steve.
All right, Davidson Tendry, live. Thank you.
All right, I want to get back out to our Bryce Newberry. He has an only on 2 update on an urgent manhunt.
Yeah, a convicted violent felon, in fact, who apparently skipped sentencing in Chambers County. There's Bryce right there. He's live in Anahuac with the latest, Bryce.
Yeah, Joel and Lisa, the sheriff here tells me usually when someone's found guilty, they're taken into custody right here at the courthouse and walked right across the street to the jail. That is not what happened in this case. It's now been a week, and federal investigators have had to join this search for a twice convicted felon. There's an urgent search for 33-year-old Jamarcus Robinson, seen here leaving the Chambers County Courthouse after being convicted, now on the run after skipping sentencing. The jury found him guilty.
Yes, within minutes.
Robinson got pulled over on I-10 in 2022. In the car, state troopers found an 18-year-old girl investigators say he was sex trafficking, along with a weapon, not legal for a convicted felon.
Going to trial is the most tedious thing that you can do as a prosecutor.
Prosecutors from Cheryl Leak Henry's office got a jury to convict Robinson August 17th, and despite their objections, Judge Randy McDonald allowed him to go home, telling him to come back to court the next morning for sentencing.
I said, please have the judge call me before he sends him home because this guy's not coming back. And sure enough, my prediction came true.
The day he was supposed to be in court, investigators tracked him to an apartment complex in Spring, where he allegedly ran away.
He fell, and when he fell, a gun fell out of his waistband and slid across the ground.
Captain Tanner Dickens says there's now a special team from the Chambers County Sheriff's Office trying to find him.
We've got a lot of resources assigned to it.
With help from the U.S. Marshals and FBI.
It's a manhunt, and it's a waste of manpower, and it is also putting the entire society at risk.
How common is it for a judge to let someone go home after they've been found guilty?
In a felony case, I've never seen it happen in my career.
Nathan Beadle is a former top prosecutor in the Harris County District Attorney's Office who calls it beyond unusual, especially for someone like Robinson, who prosecutors say has a violent arrest history dating back to his years as a juvenile.
There's no sense in this.
Is there anything you would say about where the buck stops on this one?
We knew that his bond needed to be revoked and sent to jail pending sentencing, and it just fell on deaf ears, and now here we are.
And we did reach out to Judge McDonald's office today asking whether it's standard practice for someone found guilty to be sent home before being sentenced. Of course, if and when we hear back, we'll provide that response at click2houston.com. Investigators tell me they believe Robinson may be somewhere in the Harris County area, and if anyone has information about where he is, they are urged to contact the Chambers County Sheriff's Office. We're live in Anahuac. I'm Bryce Newberry, KPRC 2 News.
All right, Bryce, thank you.
And topping our news tonight, an East Alabama teen convicted as an accomplice to murder, learning his fate today in a Russell County courtroom. Emotional pleas from the parents on both sides of this case before the judge rendered his final ruling for 18-year-old Jadarius Snipes. But it was his mother who ended up in handcuffs during this proceeding. Newsletter 9's Alexis Thornton joined us live from our newsroom after being at that sentencing hearing. So, Alexis, tell us more about this courtroom drama today.
Well, Jason, 2 fathers stood before the judge today with completely different pleas. Snipes' father begged for mercy for his son, while the victim's father demanded justice with the maximum sentence. But tensions escalated when Snipes' mother was handcuffed before the judge sentenced him to 45 years in prison.
I want you to see this because I lucked out. Because of the fact that I didn't want to hear them saying stuff.
Jadarius Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, left the courtroom after an investigator spoke to the court, referencing a social media picture the morning after the killing of Brian Bowles. The investigator says the photo showed Snipes with a gun and throwing gang signs with younger boys, influencing them when officials say they should have been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry. I'm entitled to be pissed off. I'm entitled to walk away when I don't want to hear BS.
The judge ordered deputies to place her in handcuffs after she refused to come back and.
This is old. I think I did this before. Yeah, this is old. This is 9 months ago. That's old, man. I did that before. Let's get to the more current stuff.
Well, developing tonight, Milwaukee police are investigating a string of violence over the weekend. Take a look at that.
Yo. You couldn't even find this many points in the country where white people shot guns in the street. You couldn't even find that many points in the whole country. And mind you, it was 200 million white people. You couldn't find that many points. Niggas are the face of shooting guns in public. Period. You're the face of that.
Map. It shows exactly where each shooting happened. You can see 6 different locations outlined where police responded to. One of those shootings was deadly. And police say the victims range in age from 1 to 35. Tonight, we are hearing from the family of one of the survivors. Fox 6's Bria Jones is live after speaking with the mother of a 19-year-old still recovering in the hospital. Bria?
Mary, you can only imagine what she is feeling. That mother tells me that she is now counting her blessings, and she is just very thankful that her son is still alive after being shot. I want you to take a look at your screen. These are some images that she shared with us of her son recovering in the hospital. This is 19-year-old Zaki Riley. Now, she says he was shot yesterday morning near 24th Place in Melvina. Milwaukee police say they responded to the area around 5:30 Sunday morning. Now, Riley says her son has since had to undergo surgery, and he cannot leave the hospital until he can eat solid foods. Now, while getting the call, she says that her son had been shot was earth-shattering. She says she's now just grateful that he's on this road to recovery.
Whew. Thank you, Jesus. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that my son is still here because, like I said, I lost one almost 4 years ago to the car accident. I don't think as a person, let alone as a mother, that I could survive physically, mentally, emotionally of losing another child.
Damn. So her son laid up in the hospital after getting shot. Give me a city, man. Let's see if we can find some white crime. Let's see if we can find some white crime tonight. We did it the other night. We were unsuccessful finding white crime the other night. Let's try again, guys. Don't give up. We're going to try again to find some white crime. I need you guys' help. I need you. Where are you? Where can we find some white crime like this? Where can I find some white crime like this? Phoenix, Portland. Are you crazy? Seattle? You know, fucking white. Them all niggas, man. Come on, man. Who said that? This must be new people. Deluxe said Portland. Come on, Deluxe. You've been around too long, man. You know Portland gonna be a bunch of Negroes. And probably a few Hispanics. Idaho might be. Idaho might be promising. I think Idaho might be promising. Idaho might be promising. Let's see where we can go. Idaho might be promising. Might got something there. Let's see. They're having some bad weather up there.
The Wood River Valley has long been known for its sheep herding past, but before the sheep, miners were everywhere, and those miners relied on these very wagons for their life. I'm your neighborhood reporter, Joey Martin, outside the Ketchum Ore Wagon Museum, where you can see these pieces of Idaho history for yourself.
In anticipation of Ketchum Wagon Days, September 4th through the 6th, the city has brought out its prized possessions.
These are antiques. They're the only remaining of their kind in the world.
Wagon Days coordinator Heather LaMonica Decker says starting in the 1880s, the Lewis Fast Freight Line was the backbone of life for miners in the Wood River Valley.
These wagons would take supplies, mail, everything that these miners needed, supplies up to the mines, and then they would haul down thousands of pounds of ore.
After the introduction of the railroad and less mining production, the wagons were obsolete by the early 1900s. And in 1976, the city of Ketchum purchased the historic fleet.
You can always see these wagons here in Ketchum. The Wagon Museum was built so that people can come any time of year and look at these amazing pieces of history.
But for little over a month out of the year, the perfectly preserved and meticulously restored wagons are brought out into the sunshine, and the wagon house is upgraded with new displays and free tours. David Fox, who has lived in the valley for over 40 years, says he is in full support of the city of Ketchum continuing to fund and maintain the wagons, saying it was the right investment 50 years ago.
Well, history has to be preserved. So I know that it's a variable amount of budget to do that, and I think that we're at the point now where maintaining that investment is well worth the time for future people to see it.
For Heather, who is a fourth-generation Idahoan and whose family worked these wagons, she's just happy to see that her local leaders are dedicated to protecting the past, even as Ketchum continues to grow.
I feel very fortunate that we have a community that has a government that looked at this as its responsibility long term.
I didn't know the wagons were this narrow, did you? I didn't know they were narrow like that. Maybe there was a reason they were narrow. Listen, man, we trying to find some crime, man. Let's see if we can find some crime. Let's see what's going on here in Idaho, man. Here's a death. I don't know if it counts as a crime, but it's a death. Dolly Parton. Let's see. That didn't happen in Idaho though.
Scott, we really do. And I know you couldn't hear me right before the break, but that doesn't matter. You could see me and you could see that we were seeing some more stunts here at the high dive. We're going to bring in Dylan. He was the fella doing the backflip on the motorbike during our 5 p.m. show. So if you saw the backflip on the bike, that was Dylan here. And he's going to tell us more about the high dive while some of these incredible divers are going off some of these very high lifts, some of them really tall.
So as you can see behind us, we have 2 3-meter springboards. That is Tyler going off with a double side flip there.
Incredible.
This is the newest attraction to the off-axis acrobatics show. We've been doing very successful. As you can see, there's a giant head dive. If you look towards the top, we got Clark at the top. That is a 95-foot tall tower. The platform that he is now going into a handstand on. The reason he's going into a handstand because it obviously makes us all a bit more nervous, but that is a 70-foot platform that he is upside down on right now.
Clark.
And just immaculate. Double NCAA champion there, and dude really knows how to rip the water.
Well, there they are, those incredible performers waving right now to the camera and some of the
So let's see what's going on in Idaho, man. Come on, Idaho. Idaho, man.
Emmett School District is getting a boost this school year thanks to a program providing free shoes and support for students in need. I'm your Emmett neighborhood reporter, Greenlee Clark, talking with school leaders and the...
Oh, yeah, these folks in Idaho are poor, so I thought poverty caused crime. Press 1 if you heard that. Poverty causes crime, right? Poverty causes you to go outside and shoot people in the street. These motherfucking white folk in Idaho don't have no damn money.
Idaho Youth Sports Commission about how Sneakers for Kids is helping local students.
If we can get kids feeling good about themselves to get out and play, that's a good thing. Whether it's in their backyard, in the streets, at school.
Boxes of shoes were unloaded at the Emmett School District this week as the Idaho Youth Sports Commission partnered with the district to help students in need. Organizers say the program is designed to help remove some of the financial barriers families face during the school year.
Sports are getting very expensive, and we take for granted that it's not always easy for everyone to get in. So man, we want kids in.
Assistant Superintendent Bob Hyde tells me the program helps address a growing need in Gem County as families continue to face financial challenges. He says more than half of students in the district qualify for free and reduced lunch this school year, with those numbers reaching as high as 70% in recent years.
With those numbers, the needs are high.
Damn, these white people ain't got no money. God damn. So we should be able to find some crime, man. We should be able to find some crime around here, man. But they said when you poor, you shoot people, you kill people, because poverty makes you kill people.
And their socioeconomics are sometimes low in some of our homes in Gem County here.
Hyde added community members have also donated school supplies, clothes, and money to help students. High school athletes and students also took the time to write inspirational notes that will be included with every shoebox.
This community is always very generous. They're always very giving, and they're always first to be at the door to help a student in need or family in need.
To learn more about the Sneakers for Kids program and the community effort to support local students, you can head to this story on IdahoNewsSex.com.
We just want these shoes, for the kids in this community. We want it to be a lift for them, and we want to put a little bounce in their step, just walk a little bit taller, and then get out and play.
If there are other stories in Emmett you would like me to cover, feel free to reach out with information on your screen. I'm your Emmett neighborhood reporter, Greenlee Clark, Idaho News 6.
Let's see if we can find some. Okay, we got an officer committed some crime.
The Hayburn Police Department says one of its officers has been arrested in connection to alleged internet crimes against children. Sergeant Noah Shiner has been with the department for 10 years. Idaho State Police and the Idaho Attorney General's office are leading the investigation.
Okay, they got a creepy officer on the force. Oh, we got one.
The 18-year-old Caldwell woman accused of first-degree murder in connection to the death of 19-year-old Jade Ramirez appeared in court in person for the first time Wednesday morning. I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter, Victoria Rodriguez, and I was in the courtroom as Alyssa Huerta's preliminary hearing was pushed back.
This is a unique.
Alyssa Huertas.
Homicide case where we may choose to clone evidence as well.
Alyssa Huerta is charged with first-degree murder in the July 26 death of 19-year-old Jade Ramirez. Idaho News 6 has been following the case closely, and we were there Wednesday morning when attorneys discussed the case, including a large amount of discovery recently turned over to the defense. As we previously reported, police say Huerta and Ramirez had an ongoing conflict that escalated in the days leading up to the deadly confrontation. According to court documents, Huerta, her sister, and several others went to a Nampa parking lot early that Sunday morning for what the suspect later described as a planned fight between her sister and the victim. Police say Ramirez was seen striking the suspect's car with a baseball bat before Huerta drove away. Investigators say video from the scene shows Huerta's car hitting Ramirez, throwing her onto the hood before she was pulled underneath the vehicle and run over. The young mother later died from her injuries. Huerta remains in Canyon County custody without bond. Huerta is expected back in court on September 23rd. At the Canyon County Courthouse, I'm your Canyon County neighborhood reporter.
We got some hombredos up there. Some hombredos up there doing some things. Let's see if we can find some white folk, though. You're looking for white crime. Okay, here we go.
A mental health evaluation is raising new questions about what comes next for the man accused of murder on the Boise Greenbelt. Senior reporter Riley Shoemaker and the evaluator found that Ross Wardlaw is currently not competent to stand trial, but a judge has not yet made that determination. And in Idaho, that distinction matters.
We take up here State versus Wardlaw.
Ross Wardlaw is accused of killing 25-year-old Jordan Harps on the Boise Greenbelt in July. Prosecutors say Harps was riding an electric scooter when Wardlaw pushed him to the ground and stabbed him multiple times. Investigators say the two did not know each other. But before the case can move forward, there is now a question the court has to answer. Is Wardlaw competent to face the charges against him?
That Mr. Wardlaw at this time is not competent and that is unable to make informed decisions about treatment and is dangerously mentally ill as defined in Idaho Code Section 66-1305.
Those are findings from an August 4th psychological evaluation, not yet a final ruling from the court. Prosecutors told the judge they are still gathering medical records and need more time before deciding whether to challenge the evaluation.
We just need to be able to review all the documents before we take a position one way or the other.
Wardlaw's defense argued the report should be enough to move forward with treatment.
Judge, the report speaks for itself. We don't think the court should set a hearing based on just pure speculation. So we would request that he be committed for treatment.
Under Idaho law, competency is about a defendant's condition now, whether they can understand the proceedings and assist in their own defense. If a judge finds a defendant incompetent, the criminal case is suspended while the defendant undergoes treatment aimed at restoring competency. It's a process Idahoans saw play out in the Lori Vallow Daybell case. Her case was suspended in 2021 after she was found incompetent to proceed. She underwent treatment for about 10 months before a judge found her competent and the case resumed. But competency is different from whether someone's mental illness can excuse the crime itself. Competency can put a criminal case on hold, but mental illness alone cannot be used as an insanity defense. Idaho abolished the insanity defense in 1982. So even if Wardlaw is eventually restored to competency and his case proceeds, he cannot simply plead not guilty by reason of insanity. For now, the court has not ruled on Wardlaw's competency. The judge gave prosecutors time to review those additional records and set another hearing for September 8th. I'm senior reporter Riley Shoemaker for Idaho News 6.
Yeah. That whole poverty, that whole poverty creates crime thing is nah. Niggas create crime.
Afternoon, and a warning from Atlanta police for Facebook marketplace buyers and people who shop on similar platforms after a string of armed robberies during meetups in Southwest Atlanta. Let's get out to
How many times have I warned you guys about that? How many times have I warned you guys to never meet a nigga on no Facebook marketplace, no Let Go app, nothing? How many times have I warned you guys of that? How many times over the years? How many times have I said, man, don't ever do that?
afternoon, and a warning from Atlanta police for Facebook marketplace buyers and people who shop on similar platforms after a string of armed robberies during meetups in Southwest Atlanta. Let's get out to Fox 5's Allie Levine live with how officers say you can protect yourself, Allie, and what happened here?
Yeah, that's right, Tom. You know, APD has two asks of the community tonight. First, they want to know if anyone recognizes the suspects in the video that we're going to show you in just a minute. But their second ask is that everyone knows what this is over my shoulder here and utilizes it. This is a safe exchange zone. These are at all APD precincts around Atlanta. This is a spot where if you're buying something on Marketplace, you come here and make the swap. These are monitored 24/7. If you're making an exchange, you have cash on you, you don't want to go to someone's house, you don't want to go to a random address, come here instead. But now back to that first ask from APD. I want to show you the surveillance video of these robberies that took place in July. 3 robberies on July 1st, July 21st, and July 28th. And you can see the suspects here. Now, in all 3 robberies, the victim showed up.
Where's the suspects? Where's the suspects? Where's the suspects?
Thinking they were going to buy an Xbox or a PlayStation. They had the cash ready to go, and they were robbed. That cash taken, they never got that PlayStation or Xbox, and instead they walked away very much empty-handed with pretty bad memory, if not any injuries. So police are asking if you recognize anyone in this video to give them a call at Crime Stoppers. But again,
why would you meet some niggas? I mean, at some point, man, you got to use discernment, man. Just look at these motherfuckers. You would meet them somewhere for was hundreds of dollars. Salute, man. Salute to everybody out there, man.
they also just want to make sure that this doesn't happen to anybody else in the future. So we spoke with Sergeant Sean Houston about these safe exchange zones. Let's take a listen.
Exchange program, essentially, which will be located in front of each precinct, where you can see a sign just like the one we have over here, where you would want to meet up for any online sales or any exchanges or purchases in a safe place, not typically in front of your residence or out at a friend's house or anything like that, or a location that someone just gives you to meet up with them. We want you to make sure that you have a set location that is safe, somewhere we can monitor you, which is going to be 24 hours a day, and you can make your exchange and go on about your way.
Amazing. Do you see people utilizing this space?
Absolutely. And sometimes, they even come out here and they get in our way sometimes, but it's great. We love it. We want more of it. So we encourage those inside the city of Atlanta and even outside the city for any exchanges, any purchases, small or large, please utilize our safe exchange zones.
Any purchases, small or large, you can use these safe exchange zones. I did ask Sergeant Houston about large purchases. I know I've bought some furniture on Marketplace. That's a pretty hard thing to exchange at a place like this. I asked if he had any practical tips to keep people safe during those moments. He actually suggested APD is on hand for people at all times. He wants those individuals making large purchases to contact APD's non-emergent line, and they'll actually send an officer out, make sure they're available and nearby in case you get in any.
Look at all the shit that gotta be done. Stop niggas from stealing from people. Shit is sad, man.
A vacant South St. Louis home is found filled with stolen items.
Yeah, traffic was shut down as police recovered lawnmowers, scooters, bikes, and more. Fox News' Chad Mira joins us now with more details. And Chad, how many items did police find?
Well, Shirley, based on the pictures St. Louis Metropolitan Police put out, at least a couple of dozen here. And officers believe it was all stolen over the past 30 days or so around the same neighborhood. The 3000 block of Miami Street in South St. Louis is busy with crews rehabbing vacant homes.
We get the unit all fixed up, and then they come in and destroy it.
Felicia Roldson works for a property manager. She said the vacant properties often attract squatters and other crimes.
We just had a ladder and a blower that we was using for the unit. They broke in there through the back and stole it.
Another landlord on the street also blamed squatters for recent problems.
This time it's way better than last 2 years ago. We have a new investors, a new landlords, and new people. But we're asking for the city needs more protections and more help.
Multiple people told us that a few days ago, police blocked off the road as they pulled several stolen items out of one of the vacant properties. Someone took pictures as police filled the yard with lawnmowers, bikes, tools, and other items.
So they break in, destroy stuff, bust windows, bring items, fill your unit up with their things that they done took from wherever they get it.
St. Louis Metropolitan Police say so far they've connected these items to 6 different burglaries, and they believe there are many more victims. They say if any of these items are yours, you can come forward and claim them. With the police's help and renovated homes, property managers hope their work will eventually rehab the neighborhood.
I like this neighborhood, I like this area, but the bottom line, we need more protections. We need more public safety and infrastructure.
Police is still asking for help finding all of the victims here. So if you do recognize any of those items, you can call police and make sure they get back to the right owner. In studio, Chad Mira, Fox 2 News.
Wow.
And only on Fox Carolina News tonight, a whole new meaning to a food fight inside an upstate restaurant. These are the moments a fight breaks out in Spartanburg on Monday. Fists flying, a shirt gets ripped, and one employee forced to step in to stop it. And now tonight, Spartanburg police tell us Gregory Jacobs has been arrested after that brawl. We're told he's charged with assault and battery. And as we mentioned, an employee is the one to thank for stopping that fight.
Fox Carolina's Ashley Listrom spoke to that employee today and has more from Boots and Sonny's in Spartanburg, where all of this went down.
This is some next level customer service. Some are calling this employee here a hero after he broke up a brawl in the lobby of their restaurant. The whole thing caught on camera.
It was just a regular day and somebody decided to fight.
The video shows one man bumping into another.
All I know is he stepped on that man's foot and I knew he stepped on the wrong toe.
Punches are thrown as others stand in shock.
I saw it was a young guy jumping on the older man, and then I saw a lobby full of men and nobody moves.
One employee, Hakeem LaPierre, steps up to break it up.
I'm like, I gotta separate the two because he already bust the man's face open and he ripped his shirt.
LaPierre pulls the two apart, no hesitation.
Yeah, come here. No, I don't do any weight training. It's not my body is not. I'm naturally strong.
LaPierre has only worked at the restaurant for 2 months, but folks say he acted swiftly, diffusing the situation, keeping everyone safe.
I'm not looking for the hero title. I just do what I expect another person to do if they see that happening to my father.
Yeah, this is a good black dude, man. It's a good black dude, man. We got some good black people lately, man, in these stories, man. He said he's just doing what he would expect somebody else to do if a young dude was kicking his dad's ass. I gotta highlight these good black people, man, on the channel, man. I mean, on OckNationNews.com, man. I feel like it's my duty, man. We have these whole episodes where we just got all these rotten blacks, man. I mean, these shit-stained blacks, man. Yeah, he's an ethical son. He said, yeah, I would. This is what I would want somebody to do if it was happening to my father. He can see outside of himself. You know what I mean? A lot of sons can't see. They can't see outside of themselves. They can only see. What's that thing? Breakfast? What's that breakfast? That question about breakfast? I forgot what it was. But a lot of sons can only see themselves. They can't imagine what anybody else is going through. Like in a certain scenario, sons can't see what other people are going through. They can only see what they're going through. They can't see how things are affecting other people. They can only see how it affects them. This son, man, he seems to have you know what I mean? How would you feel if you didn't have breakfast this morning? Yeah, that's it. I did have breakfast. What do you mean? I did have breakfast. What do you mean? If I didn't? I did have breakfast. I had a bagel. That's how some people answer that question. They can't say, I would feel hungry. I feel a little, I would feel a little lethargic, They can't answer that question right. Sons can't answer that question right. I didn't answer it right the first time. I answered it wrong.
I'm not looking for the hero title. I just do what I expect another person to do if they see that happening to my father or my grandfather.
LaPierre says Boots and Sonny's has the best hot dogs in Spartanburg.
Ooh, glizzies. I love glizzies. Look at those pulsing glizzies, man.
In Spartanburg, but they might just have the best customer service, too.
Come and get your hot dogs and keep it moving.
LaPierre is back to work here. Reporting in Spartanburg, Ashley Listrom, Fox Carolina News.
Yeah, man. Salute to that Sunman, man. And on that note, man, yeah, we're gonna get up out of here, man. Shout out to this Sunman. Being a good person, man. Defending the elderly, man. Getting in a fight with a young maniac thug. Guys, I implore you, go to ocnationnews.com. Make a comment, man. Create your profile. Create your profile on ocnationnews.com, guys. On the community, man. If you're part of Oc Nation, man, and you don't have a profile, you don't have a page, on Oc Nation News, man. If you don't have a page on Oc Nation News, man, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Go get you a pretty page on Oc Nation News like me. Let me see mine. Let me show you my page. Let me show you my page. This is how the pages look on OcNationNews.com. This is how they look. I haven't put my information in yet. My personal information, but look, these are all my posts. You can separate it by Oc Nation community, or you can see your post that you put on the Caitlin Clark Zone. These are my video takes. And my video takes, man. I made 7 video takes. You can make videos, man, and post them, and people can comment and like them and dislike them. DMs. I'm not gonna show you the DMs, but yeah, you can DM other people on Oc Nation, man. You can DM other people in the nation. Have conversations. Ain't y'all friends? Ain't some of y'all friends? Don't y'all want to be able to talk even when you're not in the comment section? Even when I'm not live? Go to Oc Nation News. Use it, man. We got a lot of people over there from the nation posting, and it's a social media. It's a social media platform. It's just like Twitter, X, Facebook, all that. Get over there, man. I ain't spent all this time creating that for y'all to not use it, man. Salute to everybody, man. I'm out of here, man. Black Columbo. Out of here.